is it, man, on YouTube, man? I'm seeing this trend in the IWC with these hideous-looking thumbnails, man. It's like I'm back in the Call of Duty days, where everybody used to do the duck face on their thumbnail, and everybody's like... Everybody's got these weird faces on their thumbnail, man. You know, not everybody can have the upscale production like we do. They gotta resort to... That's why we're here and they're down there, man. Like AEW's Collision and their ratings on Saturday night. Oh, man. Oh, boy. What a shit show that was, huh? Monday Night Raw. Dominik Mysterio. He's got the willpower of a saint, man. I don't know how he's gonna get himself out of this predicament. Braun Breaker. Oh my goodness, man. Braun Breaker is an absolute beast. Easily one of the best things about Monday Night Raw. And Chad Gable. Hey, yo, H, you better lock him up ASAP. What are we doing here? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I got my cold beverage. And tonight's show is sponsored by one of my favorite products in the entire world. One of my favorite sponsors ever. Since I've been doing this show, man. Tonight we're sponsored by The Ridge for Father's Day. We'll talk about them tonight. Oh, yeah. I'm going to the venue, man. Tonight, we drink them cold at the beer garden. And when I get there, I want to know, without the silly thumbnails, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there.
Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Thank you so very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your Monday Night Raw post show for June 3rd, 2024. I'm your host, JD from New York, as always, coming to you live from the OTS Beer Garden. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on your Monday nights, wherever you may be tonight. Sponsored by The Ridge. Father's Day's coming up. They're supporting the show tonight. The Ridge. Ridge.com/scripts. Because I know you guys are lazy just like I am, man. I didn't even shop for anybody in my family yet for Father's Day. Shit, I gotta shop for myself. I need myself a new Ridge wallet. Save up to 40% off this Father's Day by going to ridge.com/scripts. We will talk about some of their brand new products later on in the show, man. I got some goodies to show off for you. Want to thank them for sponsoring the show right here tonight on OTS. Monday Night Raw. I enjoyed, for the most part, Monday Night Raw. Still feels like a slog at 3 hours, but that is the usual feeling when you watch Monday Night Raw. By 9:30, I was already wishing this show was over, quite honestly. That might partially be me as well. I'm a little burnt out. I didn't really get any good sleep this weekend. But for the majority of the show, I enjoyed what WWE did tonight. They forwarded some story. They are making Clash at the Castle very important, which is their top priority, or at least should be their top priority. And the major programs, the major storylines on the show tonight, they were forwarded very nicely, kept that intrigue level high, kept you wondering where it's going to go next, and the interest level is there, the momentum is there. For the most part, I thought Monday Night Raw was a thumbs-up show, and I'm excited for Clash of the Castle, which is next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, next Saturday, live on Peacock. I guess we'll start with the big story on Monday night. And the biggest story, in my opinion, coming out of Monday Night Raw is the Chad Gable and Sami Zayn story for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm going to reiterate this again for everybody because I think it kind of went over people's heads last week when I mentioned it. A lot of people might not be all in, no pun intended, on the Sami Zayn IC Championship title reign. He hasn't really had any defenses of that championship yet outside of King and Queen of the Ring, which was a great triple threat match. They went about 10, 11 minutes. Chad Gable, Bronson Reed, Sami Zayn had a hell of a triple threat match. This reign is not to be compared to Gunther and what he did with the Intercontinental Championship. It is vastly different. I don't want to sit here and tell you Gunther didn't have any stories, because he certainly did. But the level of storytelling that we have with Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, the Alpha Academy, so far supersedes everything that Gunther did as far as story with his IC title run. Gunther was a general. That's a pun intended. He is a ring general. He went out there, had probably the best matches of the night. He wanted to bring prestige to the Intercontinental Championship. He did so through defense after defense after defense after defense. And he accumulated a reign that is the longest reign in the history of that title. And he's probably the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. The story here with Sami Zayn and Chad Gable is tremendous storytelling. It is simple storytelling, but it's tremendous storytelling. Because Sami Zayn Honestly, Sami Zayn in this thing is a non-factor, believe it or not. The stars of this story are Chad Gable and Otis. And it's a great thing to see because Sami's already over. Everybody already loves Sami. For 6 years, Chad Gable has been withering away. During the Vince McMahon administration, they gave him nothing to do. They labeled him Shorty G. This is the best run that Chad Gable has had on the main roster ever. And coincidentally, he's coming up on free agency as of this weekend. I'll get to that in a little bit. Chad Gable is having the run of a lifetime right now. Consistent television. He's in one of the biggest angles, if not the biggest angle on the show. And the story is great. Simple, but great. Look at the heel heat Chad Gable is garnering for himself by being a prick, by being not so much a best friend to Otis, by being a bully to Maxine Dupree and to Akira Tozawa and to Otis and everybody. Chad Gable and the heel heat that he's gotten himself is unbelievable. And by that alone, because Otis is such a likable character, Otis is now becoming the star of this angle, more so than Sami Zayn is. And Otis is being pushed to the brink. Is he going to defy his best friend? Is he going to snap on Chad Gable? Is he finally going to give in to those temptations where he knows Sami Zayn is right? He just can't bring himself to do it. Otis has been made, I don't want to say Otis is a superstar, but the babyface reactions that Otis is getting in this story is a rarity. You don't really see this type of babyface reaction all that often. Genuine love from the crowd. That crowd erupted tonight when Otis stared Chad Gable in the face, eye to eye, and I legitimately thought he was going to level Chad Gable tonight and turn on Chad Gable. They did not do that. They played a great angle out where Chad Gable basically manipulated Otis once again to think that Sami Zayn attacked Otis from behind. And Otis said, I'm not dealing with this shit. And he gave Sami Zayn the world's strongest slam. We are taking this into Clash of the Castle. That turn on Gable will be tremendous. I mentioned it has Wyatt family, Daniel Bryan tendencies. It's almost mirroring the Wyatt family and what they did to Daniel Bryan when they enlisted him to the Wyatt family, made him wear the jumpsuit, and basically pulled him from the spotlight. They made him a servant to them. And then when he broke free, one of the greatest moments in the history of Monday Night Raw, on a random Monday in Providence, Rhode Island, Daniel Bryan shed the jumpsuit and turned on the entire Wyatt family. And Rhode Island was in unison with yes. One of the greatest moments in the history of Raw. It's not to that level. This Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Otis, Alpha Academy storyline is not at that level. But the simplistic yet great storytelling is there. Babyface being manipulated, babyface being bullied, babyface being held down, the fans wanting to see babyface overcome the bullying. It's a recipe for ultimate success. And Otis was already a beloved character. I mean, you look at Otis, he doesn't have a bad bone in his body. That's the character he plays on Monday Night Raw. It's an easy story to tell with him because he was already beloved before we even got to the climax of this storyline. Just fantastic stuff. Just fantastic stuff. Love it. That turn on Gable at Clash is going to be tremendous. Now, when the Creeds get involved, I don't know when. I don't know if Chad Gable's even going to win the title at Clash of the Castle. I would assume so. He's operating under a current WWE contract that expires on Saturday. He has not been locked down yet. But WWE already booked him in a championship match a week after his contract expires, I'm pretty sure that Chad Gable is about to or already has re-signed with the WWE. This will be the 5th time he's going for the Intercontinental Championship. When is Gable going to win that elusive championship? WWE TV is better when Chad Gable is on it. And if he's not on WWE TV, he will certainly be on somebody's TV very imminently if he does not come back to WWE. That was the best thing on tonight's show. Again, Braun Breaker continues to shine on this show. He showed a little bit more than what we have been seeing of Braun Breaker. This is what we all have been wanting to see. That NXT World Champion version of Braun Breaker. When that guy gets cut loose, forget about it. Great. He wrestled Ricochet tonight. He wrestles Ilya Dragunov next week. And I'm assuming we get a triple threat match at Clash of the Castle if Triple H is a smart man. Now, Liv Morgan, she continues to basically stalk Dominik Mysterio. And Dominik Mysterio has unbelievable intestinal fortitude and willpower to ward off Liv Morgan, especially with what she was wearing this evening. I don't know where Rhea Ripley is or what she was doing, but if she caught a glimpse of this, I don't know, man. Dominik seems to be cracking under the pressure. If you watch Monday Night Raw tonight, I don't know. This is a Monday Night Raw that's operating without Seth Rollins, without CM Punk, and without Drew McIntyre on a full-time basis. He was on the show tonight, was McIntyre, but he's not a focus on the show due to him still recovering from a hyperextended elbow. Monday Night Raw is nowhere near 100%. And they're still trying to get across stories and make sure most of these segments mean something. I thought tonight was a thumbs-up show. We'll get into it. We'll talk about it. I'm glad you guys are here for a brand new week on Monday night. It is the Monday Night Raw post show for June 3rd, 2024. Tonight, sponsored by my great friends over at The Ridge. What are you guys doing for Father's Day, man? Seriously, what are you guys doing for Father's Day? Whatever you had planned to get your grandfather, your father, your stepfather, your brother, yourself, whatever it is, throw it away and listen to what I have to tell you, man. Tonight's show is sponsored by The Ridge, the absolute best Father's Day gift you can give anybody. And with a sale this Father's Day holiday, you guys can save up to 40% off. Up to 40% off for this Father's Day. All you got to do is go to ridge.com/scripts. Why do I love the Ridge so much? It's the most durable wallet I've ever purchased in my entire life. And they just released a new line of MagSafe wallets. This right here is the MagSafe carbon fiber. Look at that. They sell iPhone phone cases, MagSafe iPhone phone cases. This thing is absolutely unbelievable. Look at this. I got my phone here. My phone is an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I have a pretty hefty case. Put my Ridge wallet on there. Look at that. This thing ain't going nowhere, man. This thing is not going anywhere. Ridge is always a step ahead of the game. And if you guys want to save up to 40% off, you're going to use that link that I pinned in the live stream chat, ridge.com/scripts. They also have, which we'll show off later in the show, a brand new color for the season, for the summer, man. Such a beautiful blue color. Key case, and a wallet for you as well. And the wallets come with the ultra slim design, RFID blocking qualities, over 50 colors and styles. There's something for everybody, legitimately. And the Ridge has over 100,000 five-star reviews right here for their product. And if you don't love it, honestly, after 99 days, send it back. No questions asked. Full refund. Unbelievable. Ridge is where it's at, man. Ridge.com/scripts. I want to thank them for supporting the show right here on Off the Script. June is going to be a great month. I feel it. May was the best May we've ever had. Right here on the podcast. You guys killed it in May. Out of every year I've been doing this, man, this was the best May possible. It was the best May, it was the best April, it was the best February, it was the best January. We're having the best month ever. Best year ever. It's unbelievable. It's all thanks to you guys. Continue to spread the word of the podcast. Continue to support the way you guys do. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Make sure you guys go out and check all the other videos on the channel, man. There's plenty of it. Released an extra over the weekend on Becky Lynch and her contract situation. We were live all last week. We got a brand new week of content coming up, starting with the Raw review tonight. And tomorrow, the Solomonster and I will be live at 8:30 p.m., episode 51 of Tuesday Night Titans. Onwards and upwards to 100 episodes of Tuesday Night Titans. Super chats are open. Get them on in. We'll hang out at the end of the show. And hit that thumbs up. Try for 1,000 likes tonight on the Monday Night Raw post show. And follow me on social media at JD from NY206. That's Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Get into the top of Monday Night Raw. We start off with Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan starts Monday Night Raw. She is the new WWE Women's World Champion. She beat Becky Lynch at King and Queen of the Ring. Becky Lynch invoked her rematch clause last week on Monday Night Raw in a steel cage match, which was won by Liv Morgan, thanks to the lumbering fool Braun Strowman doing the Strowman Express around the cage, who knocked Dominik Mysterio into the cage door while Becky Lynch was trying to escape. The shot knocked Becky Lynch back. Liv Morgan escapes the cage through the door, and she retains the championship. That was last week's show. Then after the match, Liv Morgan kissed Dominik Mysterio. It wasn't shown on the USA Network. WWE uploaded it to Twitter. They uploaded it to YouTube. If you guys watched YouTube TV or if you had the live feed of USA Network, you missed the kiss heard around the world from Liv Morgan to Dominik Mysterio. We saw the replay tonight on Monday Night Raw, and we start with Liv Morgan. She made her entrance, and Liv welcomed everybody to the Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. She says that revenge is never as sweet as you think it's going to be when you finally get it. But not for me. Ha ha ha. She then did this wicked laugh, this annoying laugh like I did. Ha ha. Ha 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 ha. She said, with a smile on her face, that she took out Rhea Ripley. She said then she became the new women's world champion. Fans were booing. She says she then sent Becky into early retirement. She said the cherry on top was kissing Dominik Mysterio last week. She said the video received over 40 million views in less than 24 hours. 40 million virgins wishing that they were with Liv Morgan. Interesting. Listen, guys, you have no chance. You have no chance. Go to the gym. Go meet your future girlfriend or wife at the gym or at the supermarket or maybe your local service on Sunday at church. Go walk the dog in the park. You got a better chance of being struck by lightning than getting anywhere with Liv Morgan. It ain't happening. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. She's taken. Oh, but she said she was single. Single where? You're a single idiot. You got no chance. Get off social media and go breathe some fresh air. She was interrupted by Dominik Mysterio. Dominik walked out, his arm is in a sling. He began to speak boos. The boo birds all over the place. He tried to talk several times and paused for all the boos. He then yelled, "Let me speak." Then all of a sudden, the boos died down. I wonder if they were manipulated. Maybe. I don't know. Not all of them. But for the TV viewer, I think they embellish a little bit. He said that when Rhea returns, Rhea Ripley is going to kill Liv Morgan. Interesting. There'll be a lot of unhappy people on social media if Liv Morgan is no longer here on Raw, thanks to Mommy. Liv says, well, if Rhea is going to kill me, she's going to kill you too. Liv said she knows Dom came to ringside not to help Rhea, but so he could be closer to her. When are you going to stop lying to yourself? So then she's walking closer to Dominik Mysterio. Dominik is backing away into the corner. Liv has got these very short black shorts on that show half of her ass cheeks. She's got a nice tight top on. She's got red lipstick on, looking like a Jezebel. Right? Cute little blonde in a tight outfit. Championship around her waist, right? When are you going to stop lying to yourself? She moved closer to Dom. Backed him into the corner. And she's got this swagger about her, man. She's swaying her hips back and forth. Her nice ass is in the air, right? So Dominik is in the corner. And she starts putting her hand on his face and starts running her hand over his face and down his chest. And she was going lower. If Finn Balor didn't come out there, who knows what type of television, man? We would have got the TV fucking 14 logo on Monday Night Raw that everybody's been begging for. This got a rise out of the crowd. All of a sudden, Finn Balor barged to the ring and said, "Enough is enough. Enough." He said, "Dom nor anyone else in Judgment Day wants anything to do with you." Liv said she'll go for now, but she's not so sure Dom isn't into the attention that she's giving him. She walked away and ran her hand through Dom's long hair before she jumped off the apron. So Dominik, he backed away. I don't think he wanted to. I don't blame him. He smiled. He walked away from this situation, backed away from Liv touching his hair, and he had a quick smile and pulled away. The commentators noticed he smiled too. I don't know what's going on here, man. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm enjoying what's going on here. Now, listen, I don't know how you guys feel about this. Dominik is probably the luckiest guy in all of WWE. He's got Mommy and Liv Morgan fighting over his services, okay? That is a good problem to have. That is a good problem to have. Now, I want you guys to put yourself in Dominik Mysterio's shoes with Liv Morgan seductively walking towards him like she did tonight on Raw, backing him into the corner and rubbing her hand all over his face and down his chest, and God knows where else that hand was going to go if Finn Balor didn't come out there and stop this situation. I don't know about you guys, but if I was Dominik Mysterio, I would have folded worse than the overnight shift at Banana Republic. I'm done. I would have been, all right, I quit. All right, you win. I would have folded like I'm sitting at the fucking poker table with the worst fucking hand in the World Championships of Poker, man. Fold. There you go. There you go, man. I'm out. I'm out, brother. You win. You win. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a great problem to have. He's got an arm in a sling. He's in the Judgment Day, right? Mommy's at home. He's got Liv Morgan fucking seducing him. Come on now, man. Every single one of you guys would have folded like you were fucking playing the World Series of Poker on ESPN. Don't bullshit me. I'm enjoying this. Now, I could see how some people don't enjoy this. I could see it. I gotta look both ways here. You know, this is the type of trashy television that the young people, the youth, want to see. Does it set a good example? No, it doesn't. It does not set a good example. We all know Dominik is with Rhea Ripley. We all know Dominik and Rhea Ripley as an on-air couple are an item. Yeah, we have Liv Morgan here, single, because she's not affiliated or aligned with anybody on television, not another male anyway. And she's here seducing Dominik Mysterio, and he's giving in to temptations, potentially, you know, doing wrong to Mommy, doing wrong to Rhea Ripley. Not really a good example for the youngins out there who want to engage in relations. Got to look at it from both ways, right? But I'd fold. There you go, man. I quit. The greatest willpower in the history of WWE is Dominik Mysterio. I don't know who taught him that. I really don't. Intestinal fortitude for days. Yes, wholesome, JD, yes. Yes, I have to be wholesome. I am public enemy number one out here, man. Everything I say is scrutinized and microscoped. Clip that. Oh, JD's a good guy. Oh, yeah, really, I am. Yeah, I am. Anyway, I'm enjoying this. I don't know where the fuck it's going. I would listen, I'm going to be blunt and honest with you guys. Liv Morgan is not very good in the ring. She's not. Her as champion does nothing for me. As long as they're telling a story here, I don't mind fucking Liv Morgan on my I thought she did a great job tonight with what she did. The role she was supposed to play, she did it perfectly. I would rather see this type of story play out than her actually wrestle. I don't know where this is going, but if I was to make a stab in the night, I think that we get Lyra Valkyria and Liv Morgan first for the Women's Championship. Just as another way for WWE to get Bird Lady over with the audience. That's what I see them doing. But I'm enjoying this. I'm liking where they're going with this. One moment, Dominik is not for it. The other moment, Dominik is smiling. Judgment Day doesn't want anything to do with her, but she saved Dominik from Braun Strowman later on in the night. So even Judgment Day were like, well, we don't want nothing to do with you, but then you end up saving Dominik Mysterio from Braun Strowman. I like what they did here tonight, man. They made a nice story out of it throughout the show. Some good stuff. We got a clip of Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser last week, with Kaiser jumping Sheamus backstage. They are set to meet in the open of Monday Night Raw in just a bit. Jackie Redmond interviewed Sheamus, who called Ludwig a Ken doll who was a mere spokesman for Gunther. I guess he's a Ken doll because he's dating Barbie. I see what they did there. If you guys don't know, he's dating Tiffany Stratton. He says he has stood in the ring with the best of the best, and there's only one way to gain his respect, and that's putting on banger after banger after banger. And the fans picked up where he left off because he left, and then he goes to the ring. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser to open Monday Night Raw. I thought this was a very good match. In fact, this was probably Ludwig's most important match, the biggest match, singles match that Ludwig Kaiser has had in his young WWE career. So we got a commercial break about 3 minutes in. Kaiser charged at Sheamus at ringside, drop kicked his leg into the ringside steps, and we quickly go to a commercial break between these two. After the break, Kaiser went for the 10 beats on Sheamus. That's Sheamus's gimmick. Sheamus blocked it, came back with some clotheslines and a power slam. Sheamus missed a big knee. Kaiser drove his injured knee into the mat because he threw him into the ringside steps before the commercial break. Referee went to go check on him. Sheamus was in the ring on his back, leaning up against the turnbuckle, and the referee was about to call the match. Sheamus said, no, you're not stopping the match. Proceeded to call Kaiser a bitch, and then asked him to give him whatever he has left. That's all you got? Show me more. Is that all you got? Kaiser just hammered away at Sheamus in the corner. Sheamus gets up. He responded back with some chops. Sheamus hits a knee strike. And at this point, his knee was exposed because Kaiser was working on it. So he hit the knee strike without the knee pad. Went for a bro kick. Leg gave out. Kaiser tried a schoolboy for a 2 count. Sheamus kicks out. Sheamus then gets back into it and then delivers the 10 beats, which ended up being 13 beats on the ring apron. Sheamus went for white noise off the middle rope. Kaiser slipped out, kicked his leg, knocked him off the second turnbuckle. Kaiser rolled him up near the ropes, and it was a pretty abrupt, fluky pinfall. He definitely had a deep cover on Sheamus. 1, 2, 3, and Ludwig Kaiser beat Sheamus in the biggest win of his singles run on Monday Night Raw. Good stuff. Physical, good match. They put over Kaiser for the win. I like that they put over Kaiser because if you're gonna stand next to Gunther, who's gonna eventually be the world champion, you gotta look the part, and that's what they did here with Kaiser. So good on them. Don't know where Kaiser's singles run goes on Monday night, but clearly they want to establish him as his own man away from Gunther, which I love. Now I don't know what they do with Vinci. He got moved over to SmackDown. We've yet to see him on SmackDown, which is a crime in itself because he's fucking great. Hopefully soon. But WWE clearly sees something in Kaiser, and they are going to push him just as hard, single, on Monday night. So Sheamus is the right guy to put him over here. Physical, good match. Great way to open the show. We saw a QR code during Ludwig Kaiser's outro here. Camera panned on him after the match. He's laying against the barricade. We see these little symbols on the screen. Obviously, Uncle Howdy is looming. And we see the word prepare. Prepare for what? We've been preparing for 4 months. Not 4 months. It feels like 4 months. 4 weeks now. More than that, right? How long has it been? 2 months? 8 weeks. I think we're ready for Uncle Howdy. Damian Priest. He's the world heavyweight champion. He's backstage. Dominik, Balor, JD McDouble. They're in the Judgment Day clubhouse, and Dominik told Balor and JD that he didn't do anything wrong. Balor said, well, listen, it's not your problem. You're in the clear. We're going to take care of it. He told Dom that he's playing with fire, and he's going to get burned. Damian Priest asked if Rhea Ripley thinks it's been taken care of. Dominik says he's giving her her space, but everything is fine. Sure, everything is fine. Priest said he hopes it works out for you and Rhea Ripley. He suggested they settle some scores tonight and remind everybody why the Judgment Day runs Monday Night Raw. The only thing I could really surmise from Damian Priest basically scolding Dominik Mysterio here to make it right with Rhea Ripley is because out of the 2 people in the Judgment Day here, Dominik and Rhea is not going to be with Dominik. Rhea is going to go solo, and Rhea is going to be a babyface. Priest is going to go babyface as well. So coming out of the Judgment Day, Priest and Rhea are going to be out. They're going to go their separate ways, and they're going to be the babyfaces of the Judgment Day, while the Judgment Day either enlists new members or makes Finn Balor the new leader. But Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest will be the babyfaces coming out of this, and that's why Damian Priest is basically scolding Dominik to make it right with Rhea or else. Basically a little foreshadowing there. Dragon Lee. He goes one-on-one with Finn Balor. We'll get to that in a little bit. Before we get to Dragon Lee and Finn Balor, which is NXT Black and Gold type of match on Monday Night Raw. Ricochet was in the trainer's room getting his ribs taped up. In walks the Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. Said people like them need to live uncomfortably close to the limit. He told Ricochet to be cautious. Ricochet says they are wired differently, and Braun Breaker has forgotten that. He says he's going to smack the fake 10 off of Braun Breaker tonight. Dragunov wished him luck. Ricochet versus Braun Breaker. Sign me up. Dragon Lee went to the ring, and during his ring entrance, Michael Cole threw it to a video package on him with highlights from his very, I would say, early main roster run and his NXT run. Some of his matches on both NXT and the main roster were highlighted here, him narrating in Spanish and also talking in English. He said he will be a legend and vowed to set the world on fire. I enjoyed this. See, this is simple yet effective techniques. Who's Dragon Lee? Why should I care? What does he do? What does he look like? Why is he here? All these questions were answered in a 2-minute video package that they played during his ring entrance. I like it. And Dragon Lee, listen, Dragon Lee speaks very good English. For a Latino superstar, his English is excellent. I don't know why he has better English than fucking Andrade. We've been at this time and time and time again. Andrade seems to just struggle with the English language, and he's going to need that if he's going to want to be successful here in WWE, in a second stint with WWE. He couldn't get it right in AEW. And now Dragon Lee, I'm listening to Dragon Lee, and I'm saying to myself, why is he like infinitely better at speaking English than Andrade? I don't know. I love Andrade. I don't know what the fuck we're doing with him. But Dragon Lee, coming along quite nicely. He wrestled Finn Balor one-on-one here. JD McRib was on the outside. We go to a commercial break. As soon as we go to a commercial break, they're showing a highlight of Dragon Lee diving through the ropes with a vicious dive on Finn Balor. They slow-moed it down, replay, and then they go to a commercial break. Loving those little slow-motion replays before we go to the commercial break. It's like I'm watching a real sporting event. So, Balor was in control. We come back from the commercial break. At least they told us why Balor was in control after the commercial break, because before the commercial break, he was not. So Michael Cole said that J.D. McFish caused the distraction, and Balor regained control of the match. Dragon Lee fought back, chased off McFlurry. He was on the apron. Balor went for a sling blade, but Dragon Lee used a great reversal here into a sit-out powerbomb for a cover. 2 count. Lee once again chased off McCafe. He was on the apron. If that wasn't enough interference here in the match, that's 3 now. 1 we didn't see, but 2 after the commercial break. We got JD McChicken. He went back to the apron, and instead of tossing him from ringside, the referee just yelled at him while Carlito comes down and offers another distraction. So we got 3 on-camera distractions from JD Spicy McChicken. 1 we didn't see during the commercial. 4. And Carlito comes down to interfere, costing Dragon Lee the match because he crotched Dragon Lee. Lee tried to fight off Balor anyway before wiping out Carlito with a dive. Lee starts kicking away at Carlito. JD McDouble with extra cheese. He tried to blindside him, but Dragon Lee super kicked him for his troubles. Referee's just watching all this happen. Don't know why. I don't know what it is with the referees, man. AEW referees are stupid. WWE referees look like half-witted fucking idiots. I don't know what we're doing. So Lee re-entered. Balor drop-kicked him into the corner with his signature missile drop-kick. Up he goes. Coup de grace. Dragon Lee suffers another L. 1, 2, 3. Balor gets the victory. After the match, Balor and Carlito attacked Dragon Lee. Braun Strowman walked down to the ring, and Rey Mysterio was with him. Strowman knocked all of Judgment Day out of the ring. They tried to escape through the crowd. He did the Strowman Express. He was going to run, but the train had no station to walk into or run into. So he stopped because all of Judgment Day jumped over the barricade and escaped through the crowd. Braun Strowman's got some new merchandise. One big son of a bitch on his shirt, man. Wow, quite the creative geniuses over at WWEshop.com. Great. I'm sure you people will eat that up. All the fucking idiots out there buying a shirt that I could easily get made on Bonfire. WWE will upcharge you $39.99. Please buy this Braun Strowman one big son of a bitch t-shirt. It's not even attractive. Yes, we know he's large. Strowman out there helping Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. You know, I find it quite funny that during the pandemic, Braun Strowman made fun of people like Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee, especially Dragon Lee, who was working on the independent circuit. Go out and find another job. Ha ha. Now he's helping them. Boy, man, the world comes right back around to you, right? Say stupid shit, win stupid prizes, Braun Strowman. Sooner or later, you're going to end up working with these people. Sami Zayn was walking through the back, and we see Sonya Deville. Sonya Deville was talking to Natalya backstage. About what? Who cares? Do you care what Sonya Deville is talking to Natalya about? No. No, nobody cares. Sami Zayn was walking through the backstage area, and he's about to make his way out to the ring because he wants to settle the Chad Gable bullshit tonight. Before we get to that, Damian Priest, he said he thought the Strowman situation would have been dealt with, but assured that JD Spicy McChicken with extra barbecue sauce was okay. Priest told Carlito to go tell GM Adam Pearce he wants a match with Strowman. Carlito wasn't excited about that. Priest, Balor, and JD McFish left. R-Truth walks in and told Carlito his time with the Judgment Day were the best days of his life. Best days of his life. Miz walked in and took exception to this. What are you talking about? We're the tag team champions. This is the best day of your life. These are the best days of your life. That's not. Truth told Miz, listen, Miz, you're obsessed with the Judgment Day, and it's starting to get weird. I didn't really get what they were going for here, but I guess we got to include Miz and R-Truth on the show in some way. Is there even a tag team division on Monday night? I can't figure that out. If they do, it's not really a division I care to see. Get those titles off of Miz and R-Truth, please. Please. The moment was great. R-Truth getting a WrestleMania moment was great, but it's now June 4th, and these people are still tag team champions. Please, let's move on. Sami Zayn. Best thing on the show at the start of hour 2. It's 2,400 people in here. Thank you guys very much. If you guys are just joining me, thank you. Number 1. Number 2, please hit that thumbs up. Try for 1,000 likes tonight on the Monday Night Raw post. Super chats are open. And please remember, tonight's show is sponsored by The Ridge. You guys need something for Father's Day. Up to 40% off when you use our unique link. I pinned it in the live stream chat at the very top. Ridge.com/script. Go and get yourself a nice wallet or a pen or a ring or a MagSafe phone case. They got it all. Wallets, key case, they do it all. Thanks to The Ridge. Sami Zayn. He says it was great to be back in Pennsylvania since the last time he was there. He won the IC title here. Or he won the IC title. He won the IC title at WrestleMania. Since the last time he was there, we've seen him win the Intercontinental Championship. So he wants Chad Gable to come out to the ring alone and face him so that they can put an end to all of this nonsense. So Gable's music played immediately. We got no Chad Gable. We got Otis, who's out there looking sad. Akira Tozawa out there looking sad. And Maxine Dupree out there looking sad. Guys, please. We can't boo Maxine, man. Seriously. I may have one of these soft soy boys from Fightful come over and try to cancel me, bro. We can't do it. You gotta be nice to Maxine, man. Seriously, the social justice warriors are out in full swing. So all of Alpha Academy's out there. Maxine's got a note in her hand. She tells Sami that Gable ordered them to deliver a message. Sami says, you know, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do this. So Maxine reads this statement saying that Sami can't turn his students against him, and then took digs against her, Otis, and Tozawa. Gable's message said, if you want to end this, then give me my shot at the Intercontinental Championship. Sami said if that's what it's going to take to end this, he is getting his title match at Clash at the Castle. So it's right there. Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, one-on-one Intercontinental Championship on the line at Clash at the Castle. Sign me up. Sami then said, listen, forget Gable. I want to talk to you three. You all deserve better than how Gable is treating you right now. Chad Gable doesn't get to decide what you are worth. You need to set yourself free from Chad Gable once and for all. Gable then all of a sudden attacks Sami from behind. Gable suplexed Sami as Otis watched. It seemed Otis thought he was thinking of intervening here. He tried to think better of it. He wanted to save Sami here, but he didn't. Gable then all of a sudden slaps Otis again and says, I don't know what it's going to take to get through to you. Tozawa then gets in between Gable and Otis. He pushed Gable aside and he didn't make eye contact. He looked down the entire time as he got in between Gable and Otis. Gable shoved him a few times back into the corner. Tozawa did not retaliate at all. He didn't even look at Chad Gable. All of a sudden, Maxine then steps in and grabs Gable by the arm and spins him around. Gable tells Maxine, who's begging, please stop, please stop. Gable then tells her, you want me to stop? Get on your hands and knees and beg me to stop. I don't know what type of show Triple H is running around here, man. We got Liv Morgan running around in fucking short-ass fucking pajama shorts, tight-ass t-shirt, her ass perky out there fucking dangling in front of Dom's face. We got Chad Gable telling Maxine, get on your hands and knees and beg for forgiveness. What type of fucking operation we running around here? Seriously. She did. She gets on her hands and knees. Gable then ordered all three of them to get out of my ring. Get out of my ring. Otis had enough. Stepped in Gable's face. When Otis stepped up to Gable, the fans erupted. They wanted to see Otis turn tonight on Gable. Didn't happen, though. Fans were chanting, Otis, Otis, Otis. Sami attacked Gable. All of a sudden, with the brawl happening between Sami and Gable, Otis had his back turned because Gable kicked Maxine and Tozawa out of the ring. So Gable was brawling with Sami, and Otis was still in the ring looking at them from the top rope in the ring. They were on the outside. Gable throws Sami into Otis, who then knocks Maxine and Tozawa off the ring apron. Otis turns around thinking that Sami Zayn did it. Gable, we all know that Gable did it on purpose. We all saw Gable throw Sami into Otis, and then Otis knocked them off the ring apron accidentally. Gable did it on purpose, but Otis turned around. Gable's yelling, he did it, he did it. You got to believe me, he did it. And Otis gave Sami Zayn the world's strongest slam. Crowd desperately wanted Otis to turn on Gable tonight. He showed a little bit of maybe some regret. Tozawa Maxine, he picked them up. Gable celebrated over Sami, holds up the Intercontinental Championship. Michael Cole called Gable an out-of-control narcissist. This was great television. This was excellent television. Chad Gable is fantastic. I thought that they were going to turn Otis tonight. I even said so on social media. I said, man, I wanted to see Otis turn tonight, man. I'm thinking ahead. We got the match now. Otis and Chad Gable, great storyline. Otis apparently is going to continue to do what Chad Gable requires of him. Chad Gable and Sami Zayn is your Intercontinental Championship match at Clash of the Castle. As far as I'm concerned, Chad Gable has to win the championship. He has to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. The big holdup is come this weekend, he is a free agent. No 90 days, free and clear to go and do whatever he wants. Clash of the Castle is not till next Saturday. WWE's booked him in an Intercontinental Championship match. Is he working on a day-by-day contract? Is he working on an extended handshake agreement? I'll get you through Clash at the Castle, and then I'm going goodbye. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing here. Has he signed a new contract? Did they give him the championship match because he signed the new contract, or did they give him the championship match at Clash of the Castle because he's going to sign a new contract imminently this week? We haven't heard any news. Gable has been one of the best parts of television all year. They really haven't done anything with him. After that match with Gunther in September, they didn't do anything with him on television. He was a loser. Triple H, for all the praise he gets, he didn't do anything with Chad Gable. From September and that Gunther match, October, November, December, January, February, 5 months of nothing. They only included Chad Gable in the WrestleMania plans. He wasn't even on the WrestleMania card. They only included him in the plans for the Intercontinental Championship because their plans for Gunther Lesnar went up in smoke because of Lesnar being ousted in the Vince McMahon scandal. It makes me wonder, and I genuinely ask, did they start featuring Chad Gable on television more and more and more prominently week after week after week because they knew he had a contract coming up and they wanted to keep him happy, to keep him on the roster? See, these are the things I think about. Are they pushing Chad Gable because they genuinely want to keep Gable? Do they have plans for Gable, or were they pushing him because, well, he's got a contract coming up. We didn't really do much with him. We want to keep him, so we'll make him happy. We'll keep him happy. We'll trust, we'll gain the trust in him to show him that we are using him in a meaningful way and then get him to sign. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. Clearly, you see how valuable he is to what they're doing here. He's great television. Gable needs to win the Intercontinental Championship. Does Otis help him win the championship? Because Pro Wrestling 101 would have you believe we didn't get the turn tonight. We got 1 week left to go. We may get the turn next week. We don't fucking know. Every time we see Chad Gable backstage, very ominously, very secretive, talking to the creeds. It happened again tonight. Happened last week. Last week was a little bit more in your face. This week, they wanted you to go out and search for it, and we did. There was a moment backstage where Chad Gable was talking to both Julius and Brutus Creed. What happens at the pay-per-view? Does Gable win the championship? thanks to Otis? Do we get the turn next week? And Gable then enlists the Creeds to help him win the title. It wouldn't make sense to do the turn on Gable at Clash of the Castle because I think we all know that Gable needs to win the championship. Unless they drag this thing out till SummerSlam, which I hope to God is not the case, honestly. I think Gable needs to win the championship, and I think the Creeds need to help him win the championship. I think we need... Maybe we get everything happening at the pay-per-view. Maybe Gable turns on Otis. Maybe it doesn't factor into the outcome. Maybe the Creeds show face, help Gable win the championship, and he's their new leader. And that is the new Alpha Academy. Maybe we just get everything happening at the pay-per-view. Otis turns on Gable. Creeds help Gable win the title. We get a new Alpha Academy. And we go home. But I'm interested to see how they play this thing out. Love what they're doing here. Great, simple storytelling that has everybody a lot better off for it. Sami looks great. Otis looks great. Gable's heat is fucking great. And when the Creeds get aligned with Gable, he's going to be a monster heel. And that monster heel heat is going to rub off on them because they hate him, and by default, they're going to hate them. And right now, they ain't doing shit. It's great. Love it. They cut to Adam Pearce backstage. He's with Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker said, as he's watching Sami in the ring on the television in Adam Pearce's office, I'd break Sami Zayn in half. He probably would. He then congratulated Adam Pearce for putting him in the ring with real competition tonight against Ricochet. Pearce says, well, you're lucky because the only reason why you have a match tonight against Ricochet is because Ricochet asked for it. Breaker brought up how Pearce did not include him in the King of the Ring, and he says, for as long as I'm here, you're going to be paying for that decision. Now, we didn't get unhinged Braun Breaker tonight. We almost did. But how much longer is Adam Pearce going to put up with Braun Breaker being unhinged? I don't know. Gable walked up to Maxine, Tozawa, and Otis in the back. He over-enthusiastically praised Maxine for faking an injury to get Sami Zayn's sympathy. She says she's really hurt. He told Otis he's so proud of him and says he always has been his number one guy. He kissed him on the cheek and says they're going to accomplish their goal at Clash at the Castle and win my Intercontinental Championship. So Gable is not only narcissistic, but he's obviously ignorant as well. Ricochet. He went one-on-one with Braun Breaker. Happy to see Breaker get some real competition here on Monday Night Raw after he's been in the ring with a bunch of nobody jobbers. Ricochet is another one of those names that has a free agent contract looming, or contract coming up that if he doesn't re-sign, he will be a free agent. I just don't physically see Ricochet wanting to leave WWE. He's another one that's been not really in a major program, but he's been featured consistently and regularly on television. I think this is the extent of where Ricochet goes in WWE. Genuinely. I don't see Ricochet winning a world championship. He may be a contender for one. I don't think he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship at any point. Could win a United States Championship. Could win an Intercontinental Championship again. He's been both of those champions before. But there was a lot of dead time for Ricochet because Vince never looked at him as a superstar. Vince looked at him as a guy who can't cut a promo and who is nothing but a fucking gymnast. And he's too tiny. He's too small. He doesn't look like Drew McIntyre or Randy Orton. So, by default, cast him off. Yeah, I got a role for him. He ain't going to be anything much, but we'll give him a spot. Ricochet's got a contract coming up, just like I said about Gable. Is Triple H featuring Ricochet on the show because of his contract coming up? He's trying to lure him into signing a new contract. Hey, we got these plans for you. Hey, we'll feature you consistently. We'll keep you happy. Are they trying to keep him happy? And don't get me wrong. I know Will Ospreay's been out there saying, man, I want Ricochet in AEW. I'd love to go one-on-one with Ricochet again. The fuck is he going to do in AEW? He ain't going to be a world champion in AEW. What is he going to do? Hold the TNT title? International title? Continental title? The fuck do they need Ricochet for? They got about 8 or 9 different Ricochets over there. What would Tony Khan need with Ricochet when he has Will Ospreay? What does he need Ricochet for when he's got Rey Fenix? What does he need Ricochet for when he can bring in somebody like Lio Rush? What does he need Ricochet for when he could bring in somebody like Vikingo? Or any one of these luchadors from CMLL? What does he need Ricochet for? See, if Ricochet goes to AEW, he's going to be just another guy, another body who does flips and dives and this and that. And everybody on that fucker, there's a whole fucking locker room of guys that could do what Ricochet does. But in WWE, how many people are doing what Ricochet is doing? I don't think there's anybody on fucking television right now that's doing what Ricochet is doing. Keep that in mind. Ricochet's got no problem making money if he leaves WWE. There will be companies fucking throwing money at him. But I don't know if he will be able to use the Ricochet name. WWE might have that trademarked and licensed. His fiancée works for WWE. Does he want to be away from her? Maybe he doesn't give a shit about winning world championships. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he feels like this is his career and he met his wife here. And that's all that matters to him. Good on him. Some people aspire to be world champion. Some people aspire to be more. Maybe Ricochet is okay. Maybe Ricochet is okay now that Vince McMahon is not there. Maybe he's content working under Triple H. We all know Triple H loves Ricochet. I've been telling you guys about Braun Breaker. Sooner rather than later, you're going to see Braun Breaker for what he really can do. Tonight we saw just a little bit more of what Braun Breaker brings to the table. Seriously. This went 8 minutes, but I love this. This was great. Ricochet obviously selling the ribs. Had kinesio tape all over his ribcage. Breaker clotheslined Ricochet and dropped him over the barricade. They cut to a commercial break. Around 2 minutes. So we go to commercial break. We come back from the commercial break. And we pick it up with Braun whipping Ricochet into the corner and looked over at Samantha Irvin. She did not look happy. Ricochet came back with a springboard clothesline on Braun Breaker. Lion salt off the second rope for a 2 count. Ricochet avoided Braun's spear and hit a super kick and a recoil. Ricochet then went up top, and Braun easily scaled the ropes, showing you the athleticism that Braun Breaker has. Brought him down with a beautiful Frankensteiner, followed up by a spear that speared Ricochet in half. Crowd was pumped when Braun Breaker did the Frankensteiner and then the spear. This guy's a fucking beast. 1, 2, 3. Ricochet loses. Braun Breaker gets the win. After the match, Braun was going to kill Ricochet with the steel steps. Officials ran down to stop him. Braun was going to smash him anyway, but all of a sudden, Ilya Dragunov ran down and knocked him over the barricade, and Braun Breaker escaped through the crowd. He went to go check on Ricochet, and Braun yelled from the crowd, "I'm not done with you." I don't know who you is. He's probably not done with Ricochet or Dragunov. We're getting Dragunov versus Braun Breaker next week on Monday Night Raw. We got Braun Breaker versus Ricochet tonight. Braun Breaker versus Dragunov next week. If Triple H is a smart guy, he'll take all three of these guys, and at Clash of the Castle, he'll book a triple threat match between these three at the pay-per-view. If I don't see that on the show, I'm going to be one very disappointed wrestling fan. Braun Breaker is a fucking stud. Now, I know some of you guys might not be in on the Braun Breaker aura yet, or you might not find what's so special about Braun Breaker just yet, but you start to see the character coming out. You start to see that intensity. You start to see his explosive offense. I mean, Braun Breaker, you know, it's tough to get a sense of what Braun Breaker can do when he's squashing people in 60 seconds. He's in the ring with Ricochet. We saw just a glimpse of what he can do, that athleticism. I mean, his NXT World Championship run had some great matches in it. The kid can wrestle. 3 years of watching him grow on NXT, it's a great thing to see. And this guy could be an Intercontinental Champion when all is said and done. In the next 12 months, I could absolutely see him holding IC title gold. Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega. They're in the back, and they approached Dragon Lee. And Dragon Lee, talking to Rey Mysterio, Rey told him that he would have had Balor if not for Carlito. He says he will deliver a message to Priest later that the Judgment Day do not run Monday Night Raw. You sure about that? They're all over the fucking show. Who runs Monday Night Raw? Jackie Redmond. She interviewed Kiana James, newcomer from NXT, Kiana James. She said she's taking her time getting acclimated, and she thanked Adam Pearce for giving her guidance. She said beating Natalya is a perfect first step on my rise to the top, and she'll prove she is the top 1%. Well, it's great to strive for the sky and shoot for the stars. Kiana James and Natalya went 3 minutes. I could hear a fucking pin drop in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I could hear the chocolate being made at the factory over there in Hershey, Pennsylvania. This match went 3 minutes. Kiana James is someone that I think has a lot of potential. Clearly, nobody knows who she is. This is her first match on Monday night. Nobody knows who she is. WWE's got to build rapport with the crowd on who Kiana James is. She comes out, she's wearing this short business-like attire, very revealing. Comes out with a white designer bag. She's very, what's a good word for her? She's very fashionable. She's got this business-like character. She's all business. Natalya is also another name that's coming up on a contract. Natalya, supposedly, according to Fightful Select, has a contract offered to her that she has not signed yet. I don't think Natalya's going anywhere, but I could absolutely see Natalya, more so than a Ricochet and more so than a Gable, leave WWE, because I could see Natalya wanting more. I could see Natalya going to a TNA. I could see Natalya going to an AEW. I could see Natalya going out there and wrestling in Japan if she wanted to. Natalya is heralded as one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. One of the most important female wrestlers in the industry is Natalya Neidhart. I could see that. More so than any other free agent contract right now in WWE. But I don't think she goes anywhere. Her husband's there. TJ Wilson works as a producer. I think Natalya gets great joy out of teaching and molding the future of women's wrestling within WWE. I don't think she goes anywhere. Though I could see it. I just don't think she does. But clearly, I say this, that she gets great enjoyment out of molding the future and helping others before she helps herself. Case in point, Kiana James. She puts over Kiana James in 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Nothing really to it. Wasn't a great match by Natalya standards. Kiana James looked a little nervous out there. She looked a little sloppy out there, but it's her first main roster match, and she's very young. The one thing I do like about Kiana James is that there's no fluff. When she hits hard. She doesn't go in there and dance around and priss. She goes in there and she throws herself around, she throws her opponents around, and she hits. She wrestles. It's the one thing I noticed very early on when she was on NXT. There's a couple of back and forth spots here. Natalya set up for a sharpshooter. James avoided it and landed her finish, which I don't know what it is. It looked like a modified reverse DDT. She calls it the 401k. Finished her off with the 401k. 1, 2, 3. Kiana James wins in about 3 minutes. After the match is over, Sonya Deville is in the back. She asked Natalya if she wanted to talk. Natalya said, yes, I do want to talk. Enough is enough. It's time for a change, she said. So for all the OG Owen Hart fans out there, Natalya throwing one up for Owen. Sonya said, all right, excuse me, let me go talk to these two over here. She leaves Natalya hanging. She goes to talk to Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler. I fall asleep. Every time Zoe Stark speaks, I fall asleep. Zoe Stark says she doesn't care what Sonya has to say. She says they'll show Jade and Bianca Belair who the real top team in WWE is. Sure thing, man. Keep dreaming. Sonya says the more respect they demand from everyone else, the less that they get. Baszler asked her to leave them alone. Or asked Sonya, rather, to leave them alone. I don't know where they're going with Sonya Deville. Why don't we just bring back Mandy Rose and call it a day, please? Honestly. Is there any chance of that happening? How's Mandy looking over on the OnlyFans, bro? She's still making $1 million a month? Who is Sonya going to align herself with? Kathy Kelly interviewed The New Day backstage. They talked about how long they've been successful. Karrion Kross walked in. And they were doing their New Day Rocks chant. Karrion Kross said the power of positivity is dead. It's funny, that's all you see in the IWC, man. People trying to spread this fake positivity. This toxic positivity in the IWC. Nauseating. Blech. Nobody's genuine, nobody's honest with their audiences anymore. Oh, everything is great. Oh, AEW's got no problems. Kofi Kingston said Karrion's guys are going to find out they still hit with power. Kofi left. Kross stopped Xavier and said, after tonight, you won't have to follow Kofi around anymore. Trust me. I don't know, man. There's something about this Karrion Kross character I like. I want to see more of this Kross. I don't know what they're doing or where they're going. Are they really going to take Xavier out of the New Day and leave Kofi by himself? Are they going to split the New Day up? I don't know. But I like this Kross. It works for him. Looks a little demented. He looks a little bizarre. A little kooky. I like it. It works for him. He's got the look down, too. Carlito. Cool. Against someone who's not cool. Braun Strowman. This match went 2 minutes. See, this is where I start to fucking, all right, enough is enough with this shit, man. We got fucking 3 minutes with Natalya. We got Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler with Sonya Deville. And we got fucking Braun Strowman and Carlito. 2 minutes. I mean, is it even worth it? Absolutely nothing match. Balor and JD Spicy McCrispy with a side of honey Dijon mustard. Tried to get involved. It didn't work out. Carlito tried to use this distraction to the backstabber, but Strowman brushed him off and slammed him face first down to the mat for a 1, 2, 3. So Carlito, that's not too cool. Got jobbed out and squashed by Braun Strowman. So after the match, the Judgment Day attacked Braun Strowman. Balor and JD Spicy McCrispy attacked Braun Strowman. He shoved them off and then clotheslined both of them. Dominik Mysterio prevented Strowman from chokeslamming Carlito. Dominik swung a chair at Strowman, and Strowman swatted it away. That looked like a cool spot, though. I will give Strowman that. And then backed him up on the ramp. All of a sudden, Liv Morgan is out there. Again. She's protecting her boy toy. And Dominik Mysterio. Braun Strowman said, you know what? I'm not getting involved with this shit. Even Braun Strowman folded. Braun Strowman folded quicker than Consuela on fucking Family Guy. Strowman walks away because Liv Morgan got in between him and Dominik Mysterio. So, Balor, McFish, and Carlito attack Strowman. Strowman and McChicken re-entered the ring. McDonough then starts absolutely destroying Strowman with a chair over and over and over again. Right across Strowman's back, in the chest, on his knee, on his feet, on his ankle, all over the place. Dissecting him with the steel chair. Dom and Liv then, again, have a moment. Dominik is back to ringside. He's backed into the apron of the ring, and Liv is just seducing him and advancing him, walking all sensually towards Dominik Mysterio. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we learned here, any man alive in this moment, if they were in Dominik Mysterio's shoes, they not only folded once, but folded twice tonight within 2.5 hours to Liv Morgan. I don't see how he's going to keep this charade up for too long. Balor stepped in between them. Balor didn't look as angry as he was earlier in the night here. He actually looked at Liv almost in a thankful way that she saved Dominik from Braun Strowman. I thought this was good. Good stuff. I mean, I don't give a shit about Strowman feuding with the Judgment Day. Certainly don't give a fuck about Carlito. But I thought the Dominik and Liv Morgan stuff, from what we've seen in the beginning of the show to now, I thought was good stuff. I might have to make a JD McChicken shirt. I might have to. I don't know what the fuck it would be. Maybe we get a chicken with my face on the chicken, and we'll just call it JD McChicken. Or maybe it's a chicken sandwich, and you know, one of them toothpicks, we'll put one of them flag toothpicks in the sandwich, and we'll have my face on the toothpick or something like that. I don't know. You guys are calling Finn Balor a cock block. Is this true? Do you guys genuinely think Finn Balor is a cock block? I don't know, man. Finn Balor might be a hero. You know, heroes always don't wear the capes and the masks. He might be Dominik's Robin to his Batman. I don't know. He might be in some deep shit, though. I don't think Rhea Ripley's going to stand for this at all. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Great. They both come out to their individual themes. First Jade and then Bianca. Belair and Jade talk about wanting to defend the tag team titles on Raw, on SmackDown, whenever they can. Jade called Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler to the ring. Whatever you ladies have to say, why don't you come out here and say it to my face? So they came to the ring. Zoe Stark has the microphone and basically puts everybody in Hershey, Pennsylvania to sleep. Jade says they should fight now. Adam Pearce comes out. He asked the crowd if they'd like to see this match now. They somehow cheered. Yes. I'd rather see it now than at the pay-per-view. Get it over with. He called for a referee. We get a tag team title match. Jade and Bianca versus Shayna and Zoe. We go to a commercial break around 3 minutes into the match. Jade and Bianca suplexed both of their opponents at the same time, and they did a sequenced pose in the ring, showing off their biceps. Come back from the break. Bianca Belair is in control. She is in the ring with Zoe Stark. So she's in there with Zoe in the corner. Landed a running handspring moonsault. Baszler in there. After Bianca goes for the cover, breaks up the cover. Stark makes a comeback. Big knee to the face. Tagged in Shayna. Shayna tags in. She landed a running knee and scored a 2 count on Bianca. So Jade yanked yanked Baszler to the floor, threw her into the ringside steps. Baszler sidestepped a charging Belair. Zoe rolled up Belair for a 2 count. Belair came back with a KOD. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn attacked Bianca Belair. And this match ended in a disqualification. Now, Isla Dawn and Alba Fire were in the background during Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill's backstage interview earlier in the night. This match ended in a DQ because I'm assuming we're going to Scotland and we need the international ladies to be on the show. So Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, clearly they don't factor into anything else. WWE's going international to Scotland. Let's get Piper Niven on the show. She doesn't do shit. She gets a championship match. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire, they haven't been on fucking television in God knows how long. We got an international pay-per-view coming up. They're international ladies. Let's get them on the show, and let's get them in a match with Jade and Bianca Belair for the tag team titles. Wake me when it's over. If I had the creative stroke in WWE, I'd burn the women's tag team titles, and I wouldn't think twice. Absolutely a waste of television every time they're on. Nobody gives a fuck. Jade and Bianca are the champions for what reason? Every single team they step in the ring against holds no fucking chance, and they're all fucking losers. Every single one of these teams. At this rate, they will blow through all the fucking teams that they actually do have, and then I'm going to ask, what's next? Kathy Kelly interviews Damian Priest. Said as much as he respects Ray's no-quit approach, he's finished about, or he wants to finish this tonight. He's finished talking about him. Kathy Kelly brought up Liv Morgan. Priest said, whoa. Enough of this Liv Morgan stuff. Drew McIntyre walked up to Damian Priest, who said life will be good in 2 weeks. He told Priest that this is as high in the industry as Priest will get, so live it up. It's probably a shoot. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but Drew McIntyre probably was all shoot there. He says if he wants to make it personal, now it's personal. We'll be seeing you real soon. Priest, under his breath, uttered, Drew McIntyre's got issues. Oh, he's got an issue, all right. His name is Phil Brooks, who we haven't seen in about 3 weeks. Where is good old CM Punk? I don't know. Jey Uso. We get main event Jey Uso on the show. Not wrestling, but he's in the crowd doing his big entrance for everybody in Hershey, Pennsylvania. He's got a microphone in his hand, and he's got a couple of things he wants to tell us here tonight. He talked about the bloodline, talked about the bloodline civil war, says he lost his family and all that, and it was tough for him. He says since coming to Raw, he isn't just anyone's right-hand man. He says he can be main event Jey Uso now. He thanked the fans for yeeting with him on his own journey. He talks about Money in the Bank. He says he's going to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and he's going to be Mr. Money in the Bank when he snatches the briefcase at the end of the match. It's going to be quite intriguing who WWE pushes towards the briefcase, honestly. Jey Uso is certainly an odds-on favorite. They could give it to anybody, really. But Jey Uso is definitely at the top of the list. WWE's got a pay-per-view in a month called Money in the Bank. The reason why Jey Uso came out there proclaiming about Money in the Bank is because WWE wants to make sure you are aware that that show is coming up, and they want to build hype around it. With one of their biggest stars on Monday night throwing his name into the hat. We don't know if we're going to get qualifying matches. We don't know how the competitors are going to be chosen. We don't know how many competitors there will be. But the fact is, they want you to now know. Yeah, we got Clash of the Castle next Saturday, but don't forget, we got a pay-per-view literally in a month. Money in the Bank. 4th of July week. This was done to hype up that show. WWE's getting the early hype, the early build for that show out. I like that. Vince never did that. We don't really have any build yet, but the fact that we got Clash coming up, they're still building stories towards Clash, but also mentioning the next pay-per-view and how important that is. To highlight the importance of Money in the Bank is a great deal. Who's the one guy that killed the Money in the Bank concept and got bored with the concept and didn't know who to give the concept to? Vince, Vince, and Vince. Bruce, Bruce, and Bruce. I'm looking for Triple H to redeem himself from a very mid-Royal Rumble. I'm looking for Triple H to redeem the Money in the Bank situation because over the years, it's fell flat on its face and hasn't been that important. We had a solid King of the Ring. We had a solid Queen of the Ring. So I'm looking forward to him seeing what he does to make the Money in the Bank feel a little bit more important than it did the last 10 years. We'll see what he does. Lyra Valkyria. Who? Oh, yeah. Oh, all right. I get it. You know, Lyra, apparently I heard a rumor, Lyra, her favorite scene in Jurassic Park history was the pterodactyl scene in Jurassic Park 3. Is that true? It's a pretty cool scene. She asked about how Becky Lynch is coping, Kathy Kelly, by the way, interviewing Lyra, how Becky Lynch is coping with everything last week, or after last week. She said, Becky is disappointed, but she'll come back. She'll come back around better and be better for it. She said Liv won't be women's world champion for long. Kathy Kelly then asked how she'll move forward without Becky. I've shown I can stand on my own 2 feet. My next goal is Money in the Bank. Great. Thanks, Lyra. Thank you for the overwhelming enthusiasm about Money in the Bank. Great. Io Sky attacked Lyra from behind and threw her around into some production crates. She beats the shit out of Lyra and storms off screaming, throwing shit all over the place backstage. Unhinged Io is back. This is the Io that we got in NXT. It looks like we're getting this Io back on Monday Night Raw. And this is the best decision that Triple H can go out there and do. We lost Rhea. We lost Becky. Liv is not going to be the champion the brand needs. Damage Control is dead. Nobody gives a shit about Damage Control. Io's better off on her own. Dakota Kai's better off on her own. And Kairi Sane is better off on her own. Asuka's even injured. Imagine having a division with Asuka, Ripley, and Becky out. We got to do something. We got to do something. The New Day. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods against the Authors of Pain. This went 2 minutes. This entire last hour of Monday Night Raw, they 2-minute matched us to death. Who's booking this show? Is it Triple H or is it Bruce Pritchard? Who is it? Why do we need so many 2-minute matches? Can't we add on to the matches that actually went long? The fuck are you going to tell in 2 minutes? Kofi was being beaten down. Xavier fought back. He crawled towards Kofi. Razor stopped him. Scarlett got on the ring apron, distracted the referee. Kofi went face-to-face with Karrion Kross at ringside. Xavier lunged at Kofi for a tag. AOP finished off Kofi after he made his way back into the ring with, what a rush. Their new finish. What a rush. Because Paul Ellering managed the Legion of Doom. And they renamed their finish, What a Rush. There you go. AOP wins in 2 minutes. Jackie Redmond backstage caught up with Isla Dawn and Alba Fire. They were about to leave the arena. She asked why they attacked the tag team champs. They said they aren't getting the opportunities the other teams are getting. They says they don't want to wait around for a chance. They will take it instead. Okay? Just be careful. Listen, you're going to have the virgins online asking, what did Isla Dawn and Alba Fire do for a tag team title match? Roddy and Swerve, what are you complaining about, man? Where was this energy for Logan Paul? Where's this energy for AJ Stylish? The dumbest fan base in all of pro wrestling in the IWC is All Elite Wrestling fans. I can't wait to blast this shit on Wednesday, man. I don't give a fuck what their story is. Holy shit. This fucking company hires Christopher Daniels to be an on-screen EVP to do the talking and make decisions for Tony Khan. What did they do on Saturday? They have Roderick Strong ask for a championship match. Did he go to Christopher Daniels? Of course he didn't go to Christopher Daniels. He goes and talks to Tony Khan. So not only did they make a mockery out of the injury to Tony Khan because he's back on television now, they just completely bypassed Christopher Daniels and made him look like an irrelevant fucking hack. Man, the level of storytelling in AEW, man, I tell you what, man, they're doing some creative genius work backstage at those fucking meetings. Oh, I'm number 2 in the rankings, says Roderick Strong. Oh, really? Really? The rankings that haven't been updated since April 6th, 2024, right? Great. Number 2 where? What are you playing? You playing AEW Fight Forever? AEW Fight Forever's got as many people on the fucking game playing it as they got in the fucking crowds on Saturday night during Collision. Hey, let's give Roderick Strong a championship match because he claimed I was supposed to be in the gauntlet match and my number never came up because the match ended. I'm sorry, whose fault is that? Those were the rules of the match. That would be like me asking to be in the Royal Rumble after all 30 competitors came out there and filled the match. Limit is exceeded. Oh, but I was supposed to be in the match. I'm sorry, there's not 31 fucking people in the match. And where were you when we were filling out the field of 30? No, but please, continue to tell me that it makes sense. I got fucking cringe geek virgins online trying to one-up me, trying to make sense of this shit. Really? You don't know shit. I could book AEW better in my fucking sleep. Put me in a fucking coma, and I'll book the show better than Tony Khan. What was the rating for Collision? 122,000? Fast Nationals? Yeah, they don't need Punk, right? Fuck out of here. Ridiculous. We got more people at House of Glory shows than people playing Fight Forever. Imagine that. Rey Mysterio. He went one-on-one with Damian Priest in the main event. Non-title match. I'm sorry. Hey, AW Geeks, let me say something, man. Let me say this to you. If Tony Khan was booking Damian Priest versus Rey Mysterio, this would have been Damian Priest's 7th title match on Monday Night Raw. Do you know the difference between WWE and AEW is? Damian Priest wrestled in the main event, and there was no mention of his championship being on the line because Rey Mysterio doesn't deserve a championship match against Damian Priest. But Roderick Strong is getting a championship match against Swerve. Why? Roderick Strong is getting a championship match over everybody that competed in the gauntlet match on Wednesday. He's getting a championship match before Will Ospreay, who won the gauntlet match, who was the same guy who beat him for the international title. He's getting a championship match over all of that on Wednesday because he's neck strong. Oh, God. Keep defending AEW, folks. Oh, but JD changed. He changed when the AEW women's division shit on him. Go back and look at Tony Khan's likes around the beginning of March, man. You'll see a nice little thread of tweets that he liked, man. My narrative didn't change. You're just a fucking retard. I've always been here doing my thing every single week, man. I didn't change one fucking bit. In all 8 years, I didn't fucking change. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, it's bad. When you're a fucking idiot, you're a fucking idiot. Any more questions? Damian Priest wins in 12 minutes. This wasn't even about the fucking match. The match was fine. The match was fine. It was what happened at the end of the match. So we'll pick it up after the commercial break. Priest knocked Rey out of the ring. Told him to stay there because, Damian Priest is so much bigger than Rey Mysterio. He crawled back in anyway. Rey hit a spinning heel kick in Zaguri. Priest tried a stinger splash, but Rey ducked, and Priest's face hit the post. Rey tried going up, but Priest kicked him off the ropes. Rey hit a seated senton and springboard crossbody for 2. Priest tossed Rey into the corner. He landed, pretty weird. Sloppy. Rey fought back, tornado DDT for a 2 count. Priest caught Rey off the ropes, hit snake eyes, and a clothesline. Goes for another cover, gets a 2 count. Priest set up for a razor's edge off the middle rope. Rey blocked it and brought Priest down with a Hurricane Karana. Looked good. Rey followed a 619 springboard splash, and this was a very, very close near fall. Carlito, after getting buried by Braun Strowman earlier, he got in there, jumped on the apron. Dragon Lee ran out to save Rey Mysterio from this distraction. He fought off Carlito. Then all of a sudden, Finn Balor and JD McTriple is out there. And they fight all together. Big brawl on the outside. Rey wiped out Judgment Day with a big corkscrew dive. He goes back up top, goes into the ring. Priest caught him by the throat. South of Heaven choke slam. And that was enough for the victory. Damian Priest wins this non-title match, Tony, over Rey Mysterio. McIntyre gets in there. He attacked Damian Priest from behind. As soon as he got to his feet, crowd started to chant for CM Punk. McIntyre hits Damian Priest with a Future Shock DDT. McIntyre set up for the Claymore, but Balor hit the ring. McIntyre threw aside Balor, Carlito, and McChicken. McIntyre cleared the announce table off, but Priest got the best of McIntyre, got up and chokeslammed McIntyre through the table, and the Judgment Day stood tall over Drew McIntyre as the show went off the air. This was a thumbs-up show for me. I thought this was a good Monday Night Raw. Obviously, those 2-minute matches and that end of the second hour going into the third hour, not really all that good. But if we're looking at Liv Morgan, if we're looking at Sami Zayn, Chad Gable, Otis, we're looking at the Judgment Day stuff, thumbs up show. Braun Breaker, thumbs up. Ricochet, thumbs up. Some good stuff. Not the best show. But I think the story's going into the pay-per-view, Clash of the Castle, delivered, and the momentum is certainly there, for sure. Guys, thank you very much for all your support. I will talk about Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. We'll talk about that tomorrow on TNT, episode 51. I'm sure Jason and I will have a lot to say about that. We'll discuss how we feel about Priest and McIntyre, how that match is going to go for the World Heavyweight Championship. But I want to thank you guys for joining me on this Monday night post-show right here on OTS. Sponsored tonight by my great friends over at The Ridge. Let me tell you something, man. Father's Day is a very special holiday, okay? As is Mother's Day. It's time for the fathers to get their respects. For the last several years, that important man in my life, my dad, my grandpa, when he was with us, right? My friends who are dads, I always look to The Ridge as the best gift to give them. Not only Father's Day, I mean every holiday, Christmas, birthdays, you name it. The Ridge is such a great gift. I own so many Ridges, man. I own a Ridge literally for every season. I own Ridge wallets that match the Dark Horse that I'll be carrying around this summer when I'm driving the Beauty up and down the Atlantic City Boardwalk. Love it. You guys can save up to 40% off by using our unique link, ridge.com/scripts. I pinned it at the top of the live stream chat. You know, once upon a time, I was carrying around what I like to call the George Costanza wallet. Ever see that episode of Seinfeld where he had the big, bulky wallet? He had receipts and receipts and receipts for days, business cards, junk, stuff he's collected for years. He was basically a hoarder. He was hoarding shit in his wallet that he didn't need to. The Ridge has taught me, man, you don't need all that stuff. Your ID, your credit card, your debit card, a couple business cards for the podcast, you're good to go. They help me streamline what I need to take out of the house every single day. I love it. Not only does it look great, it fits perfectly in my pocket. They have multiple different styles, over 50 different styles and color combinations, materials like aluminum, titanium, carbon fiber, protection for days. I mean, my Ridge, I've had the one Ridge wallet that I used for 4 years. There's not one scratch on it. Not one. RFID blocking technology, so you are safe from digital pickpocketers. And every time I go to the bar, man, I'll be in Atlantic City, throw my Ridge wallet on the countertop. I'm sitting there enjoying a cold beverage, man, every single time, especially if this one Look at this. Look at this. Brand new for Father's Day with the key holder. Throw this bad boy on the countertop. I got my guy Patty at the Atlantic City Beer Garden. It's a nice wallet, JD. I know, it's the rich. Get yours today, man. This beauty on sale right now. Key holder on sale right now. The new MagSafe. Look at this. MagSafe wallets and cases. Unbelievable products by the Ridge, man. Look at that. Look at that. Great. Ridge.com/script. Go and get yours today, man. Seriously. Even if you don't buy anything, just go visit the site and look at all the great stuff they got. They even got MLB and NFL sports team wallets. If your dad is a fan of the Knicks, the Rangers, the Jets, the Giants, all New York-based sports teams I know. They even got wallets customized to your recipient's favorite sports team. Ridge.com/script. Go and get yours today, man. Love it. My favorite product. Legitimately, I walk out with 3 things every day. My keys, my phone, and my Ridge. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the content on the channel. Plenty of it. Solid Monster and I will be live tomorrow night for episode 51 of TNT. And hit that thumbs up. Start for 1,000 likes right here on OTS. And please, super chats, get them on in. We're going to hang out right now. And we're going to start with my guy, Michael Krause. $2 super chat. Monday Night Raw tonight. Final shape tomorrow. Yeah. Bro, as soon as this show is over, I'm going to play a little X-Defiant, go to bed, properly hydrate myself, make myself a nice breakfast, and attack the campaign for Final Shape tomorrow. Cameron Battle with a $9.99. Hey, JD, I miss my old AEW. I don't know why they get so upset when we call out the bullshit. Dax, Tony, almost everyone. I just miss when they were cool. That's their problem, Cameron. They are not cool anymore. MGM 97 with a $1.99. Felt like I went to war on Twitter this weekend because everybody has half of a fucking brain, MGM. 10 May, 53 months. 10 May is the longest running OTS VIP member in the entire fucking establishment. MGM Bowlin with a $4.99. I love how everyone is like, well, Drew and JD are beefing. When y'all on X are just doing what you did on TNT, debating. Simple-minded clowns. Yes. With the power of the saber blade. Let them think what they want, Ballin. Michelle Moran with a $2 super chat. Judgment Day getting overexposed again. I don't think so. This is leading to a breakup. This is leading to McIntyre winning the world title. This is leading to Balor and Priest. This is leading to Priest and Rhea Ripley becoming babyface. Trust the process. Billy with a $5 super chat. Hey, JD, show started great. Then it hit a nosedive after that. Yeah, there were some segments that were not good tonight, Billy. But that is expected on a 3-hour show. Triple M, I did not get through my Pantheon shit, bro. I did not get my conditional finality. I'm very sad. Gold Standard with a $5 super chat. This Raw is golden. Oh, I see what you did there. Tony Brown with a $7 super chat. I really need your review tonight. Watch this on 4 hours of sleep, but you're the GOAT. You keep bringing it. You will bring it, you mean. Okay. You will bring it. Sorry. No problem, Tony. It's late. You only got 4 hours of sleep. You're excused. Tribal Chief with 10 months. JD, do you think the women will get an IC title like NXT and Cody will bring back the Winged Eagle? OTS for life, pal. I don't think we need a women's mid-card title right now. They need to feature more women in more meaningful storylines than anything. Let's start there. Michelle with the $2 super chat. Most entertaining was Sami, Otis, Gable, and Drew. Yes. I can't wait for Punk to be back full time. Snowman Khan with a $2.79. I use Universe mode for long-term booking while Triple H uses GM mode. I use no mode. Armando with 14 months. I'm on vacation in the Philippines, so it's Tuesday morning here catching you live. Love Triple H's storytelling on Raw so far. By the way, Braun Breaker is a beast. Thank you, Armando. If it's Tuesday over there, that means you have the final shape. Now, us plebeians here on the East Coast got to wait till 1 p.m. Realistically, 3 p.m. because the fucking servers will be crashed at 1 p.m. Guarantee it. It's happened with fucking every other expansion in the last 4 years. It seemingly gets worse. Poppy Sensei with 7 months. Not sure if you know the band Miss May I, but yours truly will be auditioning for rhythm guitar once they get back to the States. Oh man, I gotta go check these guys out then. I have a feeling, Poppy Sensei, with a name like that, they may not be my cup of coffee. Miggy, good luck though. That's a good deal. It's a good gig. Miggy Saito, then you could get me backstage and we can drink whiskey. Miggy Saito with the 250. Braun Breaker and Dragunov. I hope it happens. Yes, it's announced for next week. Retro KG with a $5 super chat. Liv and Dom have chemistry. You could feel that Latino heat in the building. Now, whatever it is, man. Liv Morgan's heat is the heat that we want to feel. Michael Gopal with the $2 super chat. Thank you for making my nights so enjoyable. I mean, who else are you going to watch? I mean, you either fall asleep to Fightful or you watch me and get entertained. Meanwhile, they're off the air in about 47 minutes, and here I am entertaining you guys, hard working. El Mase with a $10 super chat. Mase, what's up, brother? Chad Gable gonna be facing Swerve in an eliminator match on Collision soon. Oh, is that right? Is that what we're doing? Matt Eagle with a $4.99. What a difference Breaker is from being Vince's guy to kill Black and Gold to being an unstoppable menace on Raw. Man, I fucking hated that. Ali with a 22 months. JD, how would you have booked Rhea Ripley's return? Do you see her attacking both Liv and then Dom to break up Judgment Day? Ali, it's a good question. I have no idea, but I do think that Rhea's coming back as a babyface. And I do think that her days in Judgment Day will be very short-lived. Mike 43 with a 25 months. I think Liv playing whole Judgment Day, it's going to lead to breakup. I think Braun versus Sami going to happen at Money in the Bank. Could be. Could be. If he beats Ricochet and Dragunov, I could see that happening at Money in the Bank. Triple M, 11 months. He says, the final shape is upon us tomorrow. Eyes up, Guardians. You're going to have a busy night tomorrow with TNT and Final Shape. Respect the grind. WJDWOTS. Yeah, man, I'll be on Final Shape all afternoon, TNT, and then back on Final Shape and probably no sleep. And then more Final Shape on Thursday and Wednesday. Travis Campbell with the $1.99. You think Jey Uso will eventually win singles gold? Yes, I do. I do, but I do think that he is going to be called upon for the Bloodline Civil War that's happening. Billy with a 5. Chad Gable's fucking great. Absolutely, brother. We really do need an OTS D2 clan. I got Zero Kaiba and I got Triple M. We get Hologram in there. We got 4. There you go. Cam G, what's up, brother? Prince Petey with a $2 super chat. Not the extra barbecue sauce. I love extra barbecue sauce, man. Sweet and sour sauce. Sweet and sour barbecue sauce. Anthony with the 21 months. Thank you, brother. Jerry Ramey with a new membership. Thank you, Jerry Ramey, and a $10 super chat. My membership relapsed, JD. You in this chat, the venue are worth every penny. Fun and insightful. I'd never renewed any quicker. Keep up the quality work, brother. Jerry, thank you very much, man. And Jesse, we got 5. We got a whole fucking clan right here. I don't know what the fuck we're doing. What are we doing? Listen, I gotta find my Destiny 2 fucking ID here. Hold on. No, I don't want to use Yahoo search, man. Who the fuck uses Yahoo search, man? Give me a break. Google. Go Google it. Sign in. I probably can't sign in. Everything's fucking down, right? The system is currently disabled. Go fuck yourself, Bungie. Motherfucker. Adam Corley with a 5. Much love from Pennsylvania, JD. Don't ever change and keep doing your thing. Brother, I ain't going nowhere. Sidro. $2 super chat. SC name to search. Bushin style. My guy James with a 29-month membership. How's my OTS fam doing? Here's one for everybody, and here's one for our IWC Tribal Chief. Let's keep the #1 fucking podcast rolling. Man, listen, everybody's going to be a Hunter main with Prismatic, bro. You could use Deadfall, and you could use Golden Gun in the same fucking, in the same class. I could use Strand Grapple, and I could use Withering Blade in the same fucking class. I don't know what you guys are doing. I'm playing my Hunter, man. Plus, I got Stylish Executioner, so I could use Gerfalcons. I could use Orpheus. I could use Omnioculus. Oh, man, Hunter's gonna fucking kill it, man. I'm gonna be fucking great. I love it. Joseph Taylor, $3 super chat. Angel Garza contract expires August 1st. I could see him wanting to go somewhere. Juan Castle with a 199. Just send Braun Breaker to AEW to destroy everyone. Mr. Team Bringer with a 499. The pipe bomb promo is greater than Steiner math. I agree. Sue with a 10. JD, I have a birthday coming up on Saturday. I've already got one present. I've got a month's supply of liquid Death Armless Palmer. I'm set. So you know what the fuck I'll be drinking. Great show tonight, OTS for life. I love those armless Palmers, man. They are so fucking good. Could have made a better choice of cold beverage, Sue. Love it. Rick Shaw with a 5. Fight Forever on PC has 7 people playing with an all-time peak of rounded up to 2,300 11 months ago. Keep up the good work. JD, love the show. That is pretty fucking sad. That is pretty fucking sad. Sam Shelley with a 1 month. Keep up the great work, JD. Cheers to you. Thank you, Sam. Mendelfs Isma with 24 months. Oh, shit. 24 months. He says, finally. Yeah, fucking finally, Mendelfs. Finally got that golden microphone. And very random. You ever heard or seen Cruel? What do you think of him? Is he a future WWE superstar? No. Cruel actually wrestled for House of Glory earlier this year. He wrestled Carlos Ramirez, our Crown Jewel champion. Not a fan. Personally, not a fan. He's big. Not a fan. And hologram. 42 months. You should make a Final Shape channel on the OTS Discord. 100 emoji. I might have to do that. I might have to do that, being that I'm on the fucking game every single day. Listen, can we pre-download this shit? Is it able, Triple M, am I able to pre-download it? Turning on my, PlayStation 5 right now. Can we pre-download the DLC or the expansion? Let me know. Guys, thank you very much for all your support. Appreciate you guys very much, man. We had a great stream. If you were entertained, if you took away anything here from tonight's stream, I'll really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. See you guys tomorrow night. Salamonster and I will be live for episode 51. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on the bell for notifications. Go check out all the other content on the channel. Plenty of it. And please, guys, make sure you at least go check out the Ridge. Ridge.com/scripts. Up to 40% off when you use our unique link. Nothing spells Father's Day better than the Ridge. Sponsoring the channel and the podcast all week. Continue to hit that thumbs up, guys. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. And please hit that subscribe button down below and turn on the bell for notifications. And all the content that you might have missed, all you need is on the homepage. Go and check it out. Guys, until tomorrow, TNT 51 with the Salamonster right here on Off the Scrap. I'll see you guys later.